Okay, fire signs. So, welcome to your daily focus tarot for Wednesday. You have the Ten of Swords and Ten of Cups in reverse. So, let's talk about the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, there's the obvious meaning. There's the backstabbing there. And Earth signs had a not so great reading too for today. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of it. So you can look at that video if you want. Ten of Swords. This is a card about the betrayal. And it's not betrayal by yourself. It's somebody else. You didn't do this to yourself. You didn't put the swords in your own back. This is somebody else. This can also mean like a loss, a crisis. It can talk about, obviously betrayal, unmerited hatred, the book says. But to me, this is about a loss. There's something, the other card that came out before I asked for clarifiers was Ten of Cups in the reverse. So this is, a betrayal. This is a broken relationship, your spirit being broken. It can also be about the ending because tens are endings. They have the 0 of the Fool, the 1 of the Magician. So they have the energy of opening the new doorway, of the new start. Tens are completion. So this card, I wanted to point out that it reminded me of the way that the shoreline is here. You see how it goes like that? It reminds me of the shoreline here. I didn't pull out Two of Wands for you. It didn't fall out or jump out or flip over for me. But you look at this shoreline, right? And the Two of Wands, it's almost the same shoreline, but in reverse with these little, like it could be a double U, it could be a U. But this looks, or if you flipped it this way, I suppose it could be an or an N. But that's what this reminds me of. Now, the Two of Cards is about finding your path, using your vision, going up and getting objectivity and using your higher self to find your path, to find your vision, balancing between the softness and the flow of the water and the solidness, the hardness of the ground, right? So this card didn't come out for you, but I was looking at this Ten of Wands and I suddenly thought, okay, or Ten of Swords, that looks like the two of Wands a little bit. The way the land and the water are, they're just kind of reversed in between the two. And they both have kind of little like notches or levels, like they have little steps going down into the water and ripples, or little steps or ripples going from the water up to the land. So this is a process, it's a gradual process. To me, this is about an ending after something negative happened. And it almost looks like, see like how there's that dark shade where there would be blood coming out? It almost looks like there were two more swords in the back, like these two spots here, and now there's no more swords in them. They were pulled out. So this person, he's going towards the water. He or she is going towards the water, is going towards healing, is going towards this safety, this emotional safety, this spiritual safety. At the bottom of the deck, we have death. And death is, the transformation. Death is thinking about this transformation. Death is hearing the cries, hearing the needs, and responding to it. You know how in some decks justice has like these columns, these like Roman columns or drapes on either side. Death has like the column from justice over on this one side. Or maybe it's like, the drape of a curtain, but I want to say it's more like a column. So holding up the column, holding up death, right? So this transformation, this vision, think about what your vision is for your future, how you want to transform when this ending hits. And the clarifier for this Ten of Swords was Nine of Wands. So this is a card, you notice the fire, so the passion, the life, the warmth being brought back, and it's happening at like dawn. It's causing this like creativity, this sunrise, this new beginning. He's standing on solid ground, even though he's got a broken arm, even though he's been through it, even though this person has been stabbed in the back, they're still managing to have that new beginning. They're still managing to make it to the water of life, to the source of life, right? And he is all about defending. He is all about determination and perseverance. Even though he's got a broken arm, he looks like he could beat up anybody who tries to attack him. He's very persistent. He is very knowing what he wants, how to get it, knowing how to have this new start. So don't focus on like why this ending happened, why this hurt or this betrayal happened. Focus on this transformation, right? So the other card that came out, like I said, was Ten of Cups in reverse. And I'll show you Ten of Cups in the upright. So in the upright, this is talking about, satisfaction. It's talking about happiness, fulfillment, abundance, your dreams coming true, the rainbow, after the storm, the light after the storm. Now, and when it's in the reverse, like I said, the tens are the endings, but they have the power of the Fool and the Magician. They have the ability to start new, open up a new day, a new portal, a new adventure. So in the reverse, it can be talking about giving too much attention to fostering your dreams to help them come true, but needing to let them die to make way for your rebirth, for your transformation with this Death card at the bottom of the deck, for your new vision for your life. So this broken relationship, this broken spirit, like whatever was neglected or, misaligned with your values, and let it go. You don't need to hold on to it. For the clarifiers, we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, she is all about higher spiritual knowledge with this purple gown here. Even the stone is purple. She's also got a sunrise. She's sitting there self-confident. She's got control of her thoughts. She's literally holding the hilt and holding the blade near the end. So she has absolute control of her thoughts. The Bodhi tree here at the top of this point, high up in the sky, talks to her knowledge. It talks to her ability to be objective in her thinking and not really, given to the negativity of the situation. The other clarifier, I'll put this over here, that came out, I asked for like 3 clarifiers on this 10 of Cups in reverse, was 9 of Swords. And I don't remember which sign had this also. But this is talking about, books say this is about nightmares. It's about, to me, it's card of anxiety. It's the card of fear. Like, the swords are there. The thinking is there, but they're placed on the wall. And they're behind you. Like, they're in the past, but they're still influencing you because they're still making you worried. They're still making you afraid and anxious. But they can't hurt you because they're all mounted on the wall. They're not coming down on your head. They're not moving. Nobody's going to pick one up off the wall and stab you. You're alone with your thoughts. And to me, this card is saying, like, put your thoughts in their place. Put them on that wall. Put them in the past. Don't be worrying that they're going to fall down on you like the Sword of Damocles. The other shoe isn't going to drop. It's mounted to the wall. The sword isn't going to drop on your head. It's mounted to the wall. So, but you're still afraid of it. And you need to really put those thoughts in their place. Put them in the past. Put them on the wall. Put them on a shelf. Whatever, analogy you want to use. They're not coming down. You can, let's see if I can get the phone to focus. They're literally, you can see either side of the hilt, either side of the handle. They are mounted on the wall. And a number of them you can see where either side of the blade is also mounted on the wall. So they can't cut you. Nobody's going to easily pull them down and hurt you with them. And that's part of what the Queen of Swords is saying also. She's saying, be objective, use your higher knowledge, your higher self, your spirituality, and understand that you're on solid ground and you don't have to fear the thoughts. You don't have to fear these cutting edges. You're in control of them. So the third card that came out to clarify this 10 of Cups in reverse was 10 of Pentacles in the upright. And this is a card, I want to move this one aside. This is a card of ultimate satisfaction, of abundance, of happy family. Although this particular 10 of Pentacles, to me, they all look kind of tired and like they're sleeping and they're not really paying attention and they're not, this to me is less about family and more about like having a house at all costs. Like there's no work-life balance. It's just, she's hanging this pentacle on the wall. It's kind of for show. He's sort of, hard to say if he's leaning against or if he's trying to push this chair. I mean, this little girl and the dog, they're really the only ones connecting. Everybody else, all the adults are kind of just like he's almost snoozing. He looks like he's exhausted. She looks like she's just caring about showing off that pentacle right there, which could be a shield or it could just be like a decoration. To me, sometimes I think it's a shield, like she's using her wealth to protect herself, or she's using her status to protect herself and show off. But the little girl is connecting with the dog, the Irish wolfhound. And the dog in general, the wolf in general, sometimes they represent like the phrase lone wolf, but to me, dogs, and most books will say this represents loyalty, service and loyalty. But to me, this is more about like the little girl and the dog are their own pack because the adults are too busy focused on money, focused on house, focused on doing stuff, right? His messenger bag his book bag, work bag, has a pentacle on it. It's not about family, but you could read this as a card of family. And so this, the Ten of Pentacles, or Ten of Cups, sorry. So the Ten of Pentacles, that's kind of my explanation, right? And then Ten of Cups in the reverse here, two different decks. But if you look at the Ten of Cups in the Druidcraft, if it will focus, if you look at this Ten of Cups, this is the little girl and the husband and the baby and the wife. So the husband could be the same person, right? And this could be this little girl here. And this could be the wife. And then obviously grandpa. So you look at it kind of like it's a progression, or it's saying something about you have this broken relationship, or this incomplete, misaligned values. This neglect of the relationship with this negative Ten of Cups because of the focus on the Pentacles. Because of the focus on the status, the focus on the job or the career, the house. And that's, what the fear is, that you've lost this relationship, or you're going to lose it, or you're not going to have enough to support the relationship. But that's, all in your head. You can work too much and not spend enough time with your family, and have that focus be on your job, thinking, well, what's right for my family is that I work and I provide support, and what your family wants is this together time, this cuddle time. They want this more than they want, the house and the pentacle to show off and hang on the wall. You're struggling to push this chair, to push this career forward, to push it into the place that you want, but you're not paying attention to this family unit, to this group, right? So the focus to me should be on, you're going to have this transformation. You're going to have this, these fears, these negative thoughts go away. You're going to be able to put them in their place with this Queen of Swords here. It tells me you're going to be able to put them in their place. It tells me you're going to be able to quit being defensive, to have this new beginning, this new vision for your life, this transformation through your persistence, through your determination, through your, even though you're wounded, you're able to work hard. The problem is, where do you want your focus to be? If you want it to be on your family with this Ten of Cups, and with it having come out in reverse, you need to flip it over and make it, less about the Ten of Pentacles and more about this Ten of Cups, this ideal of cuddling, spending time, having the rainbow at the end of the storm, at the end of the struggle, having this, beautiful life, and the knowledge, the tree of knowledge is here. It's not, let me see, I'll focus. This almost looks like there's a design that you can sort of see in the background of the weave there. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but you can tell it's different color. And to me, this is, I want to say it's the tree of life in this one too. Or it's the tree of knowledge. I want to say this is about having the knowledge to balance your life so that you can have this happy family, so you can have this rainbow and this sunny sky, right? And this is a struggle a lot of people have, balancing, their career and what they want physically in the world and their status in the world with wanting a family or with wanting, thinking that taking care of their family means having, so much income or having like a super duper house or having, a particular brand of clothing or whatever. And that's not really the case. That's not really what it's about. Those sorts of things tear families apart. So this is just something to think about. This family, they clearly, like, they have a house, they have a table with, pottery cups on it. They have clothing, but their house is nothing fancy. It's not nearly as fancy as in this Ten of Pentacles. But they all look, other than the girl, they all just look so haggard. They look so tired, they look so frustrated and unhappy. And here, they don't even have a house. They just have the tree and the rocks. He doesn't have a shirt on, even. So he's got like no shirt on his back to give to anybody, but they look so happy and content, right? They've got, themselves and they've got the baby. And they're just fine with that. So it's something to think about. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.